Fan, hold on tight, because Newcastle could be very close to landing a brand new goal machine. Alexander Schroff, straight from Atlético Madrid, is emerging as a £30 million solution for the Magpies attack. But wait, that's a big bombshell at the very end of today's video. You've got to stay with me right to the finish if you want to understand the full story. I'm Rodrigo, and this is Newcastle Mania, the channel made by a fan for fans who live and breathe Newcastle United. You blinked, and boom, Newcastle are making headlines everywhere. Today we've got 3 massive updates. 2 that are already shaking up the transfer market and the atmosphere inside the club. And the biggest one, the hottest story of the transfer window, coming last. So get ready, because there's a lot we need to talk about. Oh, and let me tell you something. The other day, some Chelsea fans were in the comments saying this channel doesn't grow because Newcastle don't have a big enough fan base. Seriously? Let's show them what the black and white army is really made of. If you love Newcastle, if you want to see this club flying higher and higher, hit that subscribe button right now. It costs nothing, but it makes all the difference. Let's shut their mouths together. News 1. Liverpool respond officially. Right, let's start with this. Before the big clash against Liverpool, everyone wanted to know, will they finally say something about this endless Isaac saga? Well, in the press conference, their manager Arne Slot got put on the spot. The question was straight to the point. So, does Liverpool actually want Isaac? And what did he do? Dodged it completely. He refused to commit, said he wasn't going to get into speculation, that he didn't want to give the press any ammunition. But here's the twist. In the middle of his answer, one little phrase slipped out, and it caught everyone's attention. He said, if the right player becomes available, Liverpool are ready to strike in the market. Now, that might not sound like much at first glance, but in football, a line like that is basically a signal. It means they are watching. They are waiting for the perfect moment. They are analyzing the situation carefully, and when the timing's right, they'll make their move. And of course, everyone instantly linked that comment straight back to Isaac. Meanwhile, our striker situation just keeps getting messier. The Swede is still away from the group, training on his own, hasn't played a match since March. It's this strange, heavy silence, and fans are now really starting to wonder, how much longer is this going to drag on? And then came the real shocker. Isaac himself went on Instagram and dropped a bomb. He claimed Newcastle had broken promises made to him, said he couldn't carry on like this, and in his view, the best thing would be to leave. That hit the fan base hard, because up until now, it was all just rumors. But when the player himself comes out and says it, that changes everything. Of course, the club fired back straight away. Newcastle denied breaking any promises, stressed that Isaac is still very much part of the family, and made it clear there are no plans to sell. The message couldn't be more direct. Unless the conditions are right, there's no deal. Put simply, no replacement, no Isaac leaving. So here's a tug-of-war. On one side, you've got Isaac pushing to go. On the other, you've got the club standing firm, knowing they simply cannot afford to lose their star striker without having a proven, top-quality forward already lined up to take his place. News 2, Aston Villa joined the race. All right, brace yourself, because this transfer saga has just got even more complicated. Chelsea have decided to put Nicholas Jackson on the shelf, and guess who stepped forward to try and snap him up? Aston Villa. That's right, Unai Emery's side. And here's the thing, Emery has already worked with Jackson before. He knows exactly how the striker plays. When a manager already has that trust and history with a player, the chances of pushing a deal forward become much higher. Now, Newcastle did take a look at Jackson early in the window, but then came the detail that froze everything, the price tag. Chelsea wanted nothing less than £60 million to let the Senegalese striker go. A massive figure, and one that cooled the Magpies' interest at the time. But here's where things get interesting. If Villa go for a loan deal or negotiate something more affordable, they could jump ahead and steal Newcastle's target. And why does that matter? Because Newcastle's attacking situation is getting delicate. Callum Wilson has already left the club, a bid for Yoane Wissa has been rejected, and the market is not exactly overflowing with top-level options. Meanwhile, Alexander Isaac remains at the center of all the speculation, with the outside pressure about a possible exit growing stronger. The result? Newcastle are still running around looking for alternatives to strengthen the attack, but once again, they are watching a very interesting option slip into the hands of a direct Premier League rival. And let's be honest, seeing another Premier League side get ahead in these negotiations is always painful, especially when it's a young striker, physically strong, with qualities that could fit perfectly into Eddie Howe's system. Fans are left with that mix of hope and worry, hoping the club land a proper forward, but fearing they'll head into the season without the firepower we desperately need. So, to sum it up, Aston Villa are now firmly in the race, Newcastle still need to sort out their attack, and the transfer market shows no mercy. News 3. The big bombshell of the day. Alright then, here we go. The story that could really shake the transfer market and get every Newcastle fan talking. The club have their eyes on a player who could be the immediate solution for our attack, and this potential signing would cost around £30 million. We're talking about Alexander Stroff, striker for Atlético Madrid. And listen, this isn't just any player. Stroff had a brilliant season. He scored 24 goals, with 20 of them coming in La Liga alone. That puts him right up there amongst the most productive forwards in Europe. To put it in perspective, he outscored some big names and proved he can deliver when the pressure is on in big matches. On top of that, Stroff brings serious international experience. He knows Spanish football inside out, having played for Villarreal and Real Sociedad. He's shone in Turkey with Trabzonspor and has also played Champions League football. And don't forget, he was at St. James Park recently with Atlético Madrid, which didn't go unnoticed by Newcastle's board and coaching staff. Of course, he's not a youngster anymore, he's 29, but that can actually work in our favor. He's got maturity, composure, and the kind of striker's instinct we desperately need right now. He knows how to find space, how to position himself, and most importantly, he doesn't crack under pressure. Atlético Madrid are reportedly open to negotiating a deal. The catch is, Newcastle aren't the only ones watching him. Besiktas and Fenerbahce are also in the mix, but if Newcastle decide to move quickly and decisively, they could absolutely win this race and land a striker who makes an immediate impact. Now, here's the big question. Stroff might not be the same level of star as Isaac, but maybe is exactly the piece we need right now. With Isaac on the sidelines, the pressure on Eddie Howe is only growing, and having a proven goal scorer ready to step straight in has become absolutely vital. The transfer window is closing fast, options are drying up, and this might just be the last real chance to bring in a forward who can deliver from day one. Stroff might not set every fan's heart racing at first glance, but in truth, he could turn out to be one of the most strategic signings of the season. Just picture it, a player who's already scored against Spain's giants, who's got the physicality, the confidence, the experience, and who could pull on the black and white shirt exactly when Newcastle need him most. This could be a masterstroke in the transfer market. Now I want to hear from you. If Isaac really does leave, would you back Newcastle to go all in for Stroff? Or do you think the club should fight tooth and nail to keep the Swede at all costs? Drop your thoughts in the comment below, because this debate is going to be massive amongst the Toon Army. That's the update for today here on Newcastle Mania. But you know how it is. The transfer market's on fire right now, and every single day brings a new bombshell. So hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with your black and white mate, because the next few days are going to be huge, and you won't want to miss a thing. This is Rodrigo from Newcastle Mania. Thanks for watching another video with us, and stick around, because I'll be back very soon with more news, more analysis, and everything that matters to our beloved Newcastle United. See you next time.